What's up, everyone? My name is Ntombela, and welcome to my financial education channel. So we all know someone who's currently heavily indebted. They might be struggling to pay off their debts, currently under debt review even. That person might be you. So we all know debt as this thing that is constantly pulling us down from reaching our financial independence. And in this video, I want to give you guys a few steps that you can follow so that you can exit debt, stay out of debt, and hopefully head towards your financial independence. So stay tuned. Getting into credit has been made so easy and accessible to everyone. Getting a personal loan, a credit card, a store card has been made so easy that it doesn't actually make sense if you possibly don't even have one, right? The minimum payments that you pay even, they make you forget completely how high the interest rate is on these store cards that you have. So that's how they trap you. And once they've got you into that trap, then they start calling you for things that you absolutely don't need. A quick example, like when you're clothing, I'm not going to mention any clothing lines, but whenever a clothing store gives you a call offering you legal services, like what do they know about legal services? They've decided to start a side hustle and now they want to hook you onto that as well. They just want money from you day in, day out, charging you interest, charging you for services you don't need. And that's exactly the trap of debt that I'm talking about right now. So let's get into the steps in which you can follow so that you can leave debt and enter into financial independence. Step 1, understand the debt that you have. Make a list of all the debts that you have, including the total balances that are remaining, the minimum repayment that you need to make on a monthly basis, and the interest rates of the debt. This may be a difficult process to do because it actually outlines exactly how indebted you are, but you need to do this so that you can move forward. Always remember that today is the worst it's ever going to be. Every day and every month after today is going to be better. So definitely be honest with yourself. Make a list of every single debt that you have. Don't ignore any debts, no matter how big, no matter how small, and put that into a piece of paper. Make that list, and then we can move on to step 2. So step 2. Step 2 is for you to track your spending. The first thing that I would recommend you do is you draw up a 3-month bank statement for all your bank accounts, no matter how many accounts you have. Draw up a 3-month bank statement and then actually go through it line by line. Put in the effort so that you can identify all the items that you are currently spending on that you do not need. I can guarantee you will find a lot of things that you don't need that you're spending money on. Take a red pen and circle every single item you identify that you feel like this was a waste of money. Make a list of all the things that you believe were a waste of money. And once you're done with that list, that's the list of things that you should stop doing until you are out of debt. There's no excuse for you to go back to that list at any point and any given point in time where you are purchasing one of those things. Make a list of them, keep them up on your wall, your bathroom door, in your car, everywhere you go, so that you can remind yourself that these are the things that are currently wasting money from me. Secondly, the next thing you need to do is to download the app 22/7. There's an app, I think it's by Old Mutual, where it helps you to track your spending and it gives you a monthly summary of how you spend your money, gives you a summary of your income and expenses, and actually categorizes all the spending that you make on a monthly basis. So I definitely recommend that you get that app going forward to assist you in tracking your spending so that you don't overspend on certain things, and also assist you in budgeting. So when you're tracking your spending, it really helps you to be accountable for your own spending habits and will prevent you from unnecessarily spending on things that you don't need to spend on. Especially using this app 22/7, it really has helped me to be able to identify where am I going wrong and where am I going right. It breaks down your income and your expenses and helps you to budget on a monthly basis. So as I said before, I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I just really enjoy using the app and it is user friendly. I would definitely recommend that everybody get it. You know, when you go through your bank statement, you will not believe the number of things that you spend money on that are completely unnecessary. You will start doubting yourself and start thinking, is this me? Like you actually start thinking, did I swipe that? I don't remember. You'll start having moments like that. And once you start having those moments, then you'll start tracking your spending better in your own mind. And eventually you'll probably even stop using the 22/7 app. That's just personally from my experience. So step 3, now that you've made a list of all the debts that you have and you've actually analyzed your bank statement to see where your money is going, make a list of all the things that you definitely cannot go a month without. All your needs, everything that you need to survive, whether it be rent, your bond, food, everything that you think that you need on a monthly basis, take that and accumulate it all into one number. And then take your income and subtract it by that expense and see how much money is left over on a monthly basis. When you see that amount of money that is left over, then you'll see that the potential for you to exit debt and actually start investing is there. It just needs you to be patient, and it needs you to be resilient with your actions. Step 5, subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, fine. Maybe that's not step 5, but if you haven't subscribed and hit the like button and you really enjoyed the video, it's truly appreciated. So actually the next step is for you to decide which payment method are you going to use when paying off your debt, whether the snowball method or are going to use the avalanche method. Let me give you guys a quick example to explain both. So the first method I'm going to explain is the snowball method, right? This method is clear. It says that you pay back the smallest balance first. So if you guys remember from step 1, we would have listed all the loans that we have, the balances, the interest rates, and the repayments on every single loan. So what you are going to do here is you're going to pay back the minimum payments on every single loan. However, for the smallest balance of 25,000 Rand in my example, you are going to pay back much more. You are going to dump the remaining, any extra funds that you might have on this loan until it's fully paid off. After that, you're going to do it for here and then here. So the benefits of this are more psychological more than anything, because you actually get the satisfaction of seeing progress on your loan repayments, and then you get excited and then you're more motivated to continue to pay back your loans. However, it's not the more mathematically correct way to do it if you're trying to save on interest payments. That is the avalanche method. So using the same example with the avalanche method, basically what you're doing here is you are paying back the highest interest loan first up until the lowest interest. This is definitely without a doubt the more mathematically correct way to do it, because it is going to save you mountains of interest over time. However, the disadvantage is that it might take you a bit longer to pay back the loan, and you might feel a bit more demotivated when you're not seeing your loans being paid back and you don't really see the progress. However, the progress is there. So let me take you through this example quickly. If your personal loan is 100,000 Rand at 22%, do you see that paying this amount back quickly is going to take you a significantly long period of time as compared to paying back the 25,000 Rand first? However, if you do this, you definitely will save on interest paid. And if you pay back this minimum payments, and here you're paying back the minimum payments, and you're dumping the remaining of your funds on a monthly basis to here. That is basically how the avalanche method works. So you guys need to choose which of the two methods are you able to follow, and you need to stick to it without a doubt. The importance here is for you to be resilient, be motivated at all times, and keep paying back the minimum payments on all your loans. And if you are struggling to do that, contact the financial institution that you owe money to and have a conversation with them and try to organize a payment plan so that you don't default on any of your payments, because that is just going to create an even worse situation than you are currently in. So now you're paying off your debts, you're doing very well. I'm proud of you, you're proud of yourself. There's one more thing you need to do. You need to find a way to generate a separate source of income, right? So I say this because it's going to help you significantly in cutting down your debts. And you can contribute that, for example, 1,000 Rand a month to here if you're doing the snowball method, or you can contribute it here if you are doing the avalanche method. 1,000 Rand a month is all you need, guys. Find a way to do it. I'm not sure what business you think you can start, or some sort of side hustle, wash cars, whatever the case may be. Do something that will generate you an extra 1,000 Rands a month. And then you'll see a big difference in your debt repayments. So one thing to note, guys, is that when you are in debt, you cannot afford to have pride. That 1,000 Rands, you need to work and find a way to make it so that you can significantly pay down your debt as quickly as possible. You cannot afford to have pride. You can barely afford your own living expenses, so you definitely cannot afford to have pride in terms of obtaining that additional 1,000 Rands, right? So the last step here is that you need to start, once you've paid off, let's say assuming you use the snowball method, once you've paid off your store card, Once you've paid that amount off, you take that money and you pay here to it. You make the minimum payments here plus everything you are paying here. And once you're done with the credit card, you do the same thing here, which is going to be now a combination of this and that is now being lumped into there, right? So assuming you were doing the avalanche method, you just do it the opposite, working your way down. So it really is important that you don't take this additional money that you have now freed up and start playing around with it. It really is important that you pay back your debts as quickly as possible by lumping the money together, right? So if this video does not relate to you, maybe it might relate to a friend, a family member, please share it with them, because I truly do believe that if you follow these steps that I've outlined in this video, if you follow them and you follow them to the T, you will get out of debt as quickly as humanly possible. So I hope that really helped, and I hope that we can all get out of debt and hopefully get into debt that is going to be good for us, debt that will generate us an income, such as purchasing a house that you're going to rent out in the form of a bond, right? So definitely this is a way to get out of debt, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and like the video if you haven't done so already. Truly appreciate your time, and cheers. I'll see you on the next video.